Today, I'm going to be building 5 versions of Fortnite's Battle Bus in LEGO, inspired by LEGO's wave of sets that dropped last month. By the end of the video, we'll even have a Battle Bus that can fit 100 minifigures. If you haven't seen this video, let me catch you up to speed. This is the Battle Bus, this is Fortnite, this is LEGO Fortnite, and this is the LEGO Fortnite Battle Bus. To help with today's video, I've compiled most of your suggestions onto this spinning wheel. Let's go ahead and give it a spin. This is the perfect place to start. Epic Games just re-released Chapter 2 of Fortnite, but with a twist. In the last video I mentioned Chapter 2 was my bread and butter, which meant I had to reinstall Fortnite to flex my OG skin and clear out some lobbies. Okay, so I'm a little rusty. First things first, let's make a custom Snoop Dogg minifigure. I snagged a dark tan leg piece from a Minecraft minifigure, an old city torso with a silver chain print, and swapping out the arms for some brown ones, and then I used Sam Wilson's head and hairpiece, adding some slurp juice to keep him healthy, and we've got our custom. And now for the bus. So in the last video I designed the frame of the bus to allow me to swap between designs easily. We'll be using that again today. Some sections of this variant remain the same, like the balloon, the burner, the metal siding, all of that can be reused. I'll set them aside for now. The design of the front of the bus is roughly the same as the set, but I swapped out the colors. I placed headlights, a red hood with a yellow E, rear view mirrors, the works. Next, I started placing bricks, starting with a row of yellow bricks before morphing into pink bricks. I randomly began placing snot bricks to utilize to add some details later. Because LEGO hasn't produced windows in pink, I swapped them out for standard glass panes. Thankfully, by sheer chance, I happen to have plenty of 1x1 bricks in pink. Never underestimate the power of the pad wall. And I'm not just saying that because I'm coping due to having an obscene amount of these 1x2 brackets in this specific color. Or maybe I am, who can say? The trickiest part was recreating the icons for each of the musical artists that are collabing this season. After some trial and many errors, I designed Snoop Dogg, Ice Spice, Juice WRLD, and Eminem respectively. The Friends line came in clutch because this set came with plenty of magenta slopes, making it pretty easy to finish up the roof of the bus. All that's left is adding Fortnite iconography. It's funny, without the balloon and such, this looks like a traveling circus that bought and rebranded a school bus. Here's the first bus complete. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. This mini series of builds has led to some wacky color palettes, and I couldn't be happier. The Snoop Dogg figure is fire, and the cocktail shield potion build looks scrumptious. I wish I could have it in real life, but I can't. Hopefully we'll get an easier bus this time around, so let's spin the wheel. Oh, actually this is probably the easiest on the list. Fortnite has collaborated with several anime, including Naruto. Wait, is that right?
Naruto.
Okay, cool. I've learned my lesson from last time. Anyway, the bus is the same as a standard bus, except it has the shinobi headband. First things first, let's make a custom Naruto. I'm using orange legs and Shuri's torso, replacing the arms with black ones. For the head, I've picked out glam metal Batman's head and Cooper's hair from the Dreams line. And now we've got our custom. I don't really need to walk y'all through how to build a LEGO set. I did modify the original to better align with the other buses, but it's 99% the same as the official model. I was excited to build this one because I had a technique in mind. I'm taking 2 of these pipes and wrapping them around the bus's balloon. Next, I took plenty of 1x6 black plates and these 1x2 plates with a Technic hole. After building a few dozen of them, I'll fish them through the pipe. This was a hard task. Recreating the cloth-like feel with plastic is tough unless you use capes or something like that. For the back of the bandana, I took 2 angled plates and tiled them off. I'm using this tri-bar plate to easily connect it to the rest of the build. Finally, the hardest part, creating the logo that's on the headband. Here's what I cooked up. I'll be filling in the gaps with cheese slopes and tiles. Let's jump to the final showcase so we can move on. This was a fun little challenge to tackle. After the Snoop Dogg bus, I was hoping for a bit of a breather, and this served that purpose well. The bandana looks great, as does the custom figure. It also proves that the blue and black color palette of the original is the standard for a reason. This looks right, you know? There's nothing else much to say about this one, so let's get to work on the third battle bus. Stark Industries, otherwise known as Iron Man. This bus was introduced when Tony upgraded the battle bus in order to fight Galactus. Yes, this is canon. There's no need to make a custom, we'll just use LEGO's official minifigure. For the bus, I started by removing the modified black plates and replacing them with normal black plates, so we have a smooth surface to work with. Then, I designed booster wheels out of various Technic pieces. I repeated this process 4 different times and slotted them in where the wheels would typically go. Next, I placed snot bricks on the sides of both buses to allow me to put Stark Tech on both sides. After building up the walls, here's what I have so far. Looking at the source material, I have no idea what most of these things are supposed to do. Let's say, to make this next bit easier, that these are propulsors, this is a metal panel for reinforcement, these are an extra power pack, this is a modified burner, and finally this is meant to suck in more air for some reason. First things first, I added the propulsors. To construct the metal panel, I used 1x2 cheese slopes and tiles, as well as a few slope bricks to accomplish the appropriate shape and modified red plates. The upgraded burner is constructed very similar to Lego's, but I made it taller and also red. Also, the flames are green instead of blue. I added a few more builds to reinforce the battle bus and repeated the process on the other side of the bus so they match. And now we're done. This is my favorite bus so far. The design is so clean and it balances having the standard color palette while giving a splash of red to the design. Plus, this is the first MOC that replaced its wheels. For some reason, Epic doesn't touch those very often. I remember playing when this bus was introduced, so it was really fun to get to build this. Some of the buses that we've tackled I never got to experience, but it's always nice when I get to recreate something I'm familiar with. By the way, if you've made it this far in the video, consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton, and we'd love to have you in the community. Anyway, we still have 2 more buses to get to in this video, so let's spin the wheel again. Oh, I was hoping we'd land on this. I'm opting for the Way Battle Bus. Yeah, I need to give some context. When this video right here came out, I said if it got 200 likes, I'd build a funny The Way Battle Bus. Then the video did insanely well and got over 2,000 likes, so joke's on me. This is the meme I'm referring to. It's been dead for a while, I'll admit, but my Discord server has a soft spot for it, so let's get to it. For the minifigure, I'll be using Knuckles, alternatively Cuddle Team Leader since Fortnite hasn't made any Sonic themed skins. The bus is basically the same design I created for the Deadpool battle bus, and I used glass panes and 1x1 red bricks since I don't have enough red windows. The red palette looks sick, definitely the second favorite of Epic's catalog of battle buses. For the balloon, I want to recreate Knuckles' head by combining the Lego Durr Burger and the Lego Knuckles brickhead. The eyes of the burger in particular would be really funny to include. Here's what I ended up with. It looks extremely goofy and I could not be happier. I plopped him onto the bus using an axle beam and gave him some arms as a final touch. This entry is really just a gag to make my Discord server happy, but it was a fun building experience nonetheless. Do I think Epic would ever add anything like this? No, absolutely not. But I hope that comment ages poorly. If Fortnite added this, I could die a happy Sonic fan. And this time I'm giving a more reasonable like goal. If this video gets 4,000 likes, I'll do a part 3 and build even more battle buses, so leave the ones that you want to see in the comment section. We're not done yet though, I saved the best for last. Let's build a lore accurate battle bus. Lego's battle bus set is cool and all, but it's lacking in one specific aspect. I can't fit 100 minifigures. That's no good. Fortnite is a battle royale featuring 100 players. Y'all voted on the Instagram poll, so we're building a battle bus that can fit 100 minifigures. First things first, after doing all the math, this is how long the base needs to be. I used Technic bricks and pins to make it sturdy and removed any breaking points. Next, I dug through my base plates and gathered up dark gray plates to cover the base. Hopefully this will be enough to accommodate all the seats. Oh, speaking of seats, let's design those next. Here's Lego's design. It's great, I have no issues with it, except that there's no way I could recreate this 100 times without making an obscene bricklink order. I want to keep the color palette intact though, so I designed a light gray bench with green cushions. Each one of these benches can seat 2 minifigures, meaning we need 50 benches to seat 100 minifigures. After many hours of collecting parts, I managed to complete 50 nearly identical benches. And after placing them all down, I realized how comical this thing is gonna look. I cannot wait for you guys to see the final product. I designed a wide version of the front of the bus and started building up the walls with black modified plates, blue bricks, and then normal black plates. This is coming along rather nicely. Next, I began placing window panes around the area of the bus, all the while feeling very grateful that I had the foresight to grab a bunch of these from the pick-a-brick wall. And I also began putting 1x1 blue bricks in between them. Honestly, this build was a pleasant surprise. I was expecting to struggle finding all the parts, especially the 1x1 blue bricks in particular, but it was relatively easy. I even had some to spare. Here is the final bus. It looks absolutely hilarious, and it's near perfect. I say near perfect because we need to add some minifigures. I can't believe I just used the word some to describe 100 minifigures. My choices were mostly random, but I tried to include minifigures that made sense in the context of the build. Out of all of these minifigures, which squad do you think will get the dub? Let me know in the comment section. My pick is Shaggy, Jay, Emmett, and Mulan. I cannot help but laugh when I look at the absurdity of it all. I hope you get a laugh just by looking at it. It's so wide and long, and honestly, it was just an absolute blast to try to build this thing, and I'm glad it turned out so funny. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Keep on inspiring. See you in the next one.